crazy early. Which I'm fuck it, I don't care. It has definitely just not been the night for things. All right, everybody, welcome back to Lemony Snickets. At this point we're just doing cleanup. Like I want to have a 100% save file, so don't go out the front door. Like if I'm not
So don't
mistaken,
buy a Motorola if you paid attention in last episode.
yeah, don't buy a Motorola phone.
I mean, you can if you want, but
You can
we're not gonna.
you can super buy a Motorola. I'd have nothing against you if you bought one, and I still stand by the design and concept of the I still stand by the design and concept of the Moto Mod phones. Like I completely stand behind them. I think the concept is really good. The mods themselves seem to be built fairly well. Like they seem to be built really well. I only have the one. They did have one that would let you wirelessly charge your phone. I don't have that one. They had a projector. I also don't have that one. There was a printer, which I don't have that. There was one that was a game controller. I ain't got that. Okay.
So when I was looking at random stuff, I found a Simpsons quiz on a very stupid website. Would you like to take the stupid Simpsons quiz?
Hell yeah, please. Anything that would make me less unhappy about the situation I'm in currently.
So the first question that this shitty ass website, which is called whatculture.com.
Oh man, hold on. I like What Culture.
Does it? I mean, do you?
Yeah.
I've never been to it. It was just like one of those like, you'll never believe this thing. And
oh yeah, there. Is this where it is?
What is Bart's most used catchphrase?
I can rumble.
Well, before we answer, there are four options. More than four options. There's I caramba.
Don't have a cow, man. Eat my shorts. And what else what could the other one be?
It's the first choice is I caramba, eat my shorts, do the Bartman.
It ain't do the Bartman.
Bent.
Get bent. It ain't get bent. It's I caramba.
Okay.
I say it's I caramba because
I don't know.
Get
bent. I don't know
if these are right
until
the end of this. They won't let him say get bent on TV now. I don't think.
In Bart versus Australia, how much is the phone bill that Bart runs up when he calls Australia?
There's a couple. Like what are the options? I know for
900, 1,000, 1,200, or 1,500.
I know it's over $1,000. Because I remember that episode fairly well. It's the episode where they go to Australia and fucking Homer gets inside of a kangaroo's pouch. Like he gets inside of a kangaroo's pouch and he goes like, ew, there's more mucus than you expect there to be, or some shit like that. And there's also I think that might be the Itchy and Scratchy Land episode, but no, it's not. When Lisa and Marge are at a gift shop, Lisa wants to buy a didgeridoo, and Marge doesn't really want her to get it because she doesn't like the noises it makes.
Which is fair.
And what ends up happening is I forget what they did, but they did something, and in the background you see Bart and Homer run by, and all you hear is Marge, Lisa, as they run by. So I'm gonna say 1.2 thousand because I didn't give you an answer.
What was the name of Bart's childhood toy?
Oh, it's the fucking rabbit.
I can give you names.
Yeah, of course I want the names.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to try to take a shot in the dark first. There's Mr. Bouncy Bunny.
Dang it.
There's Mr. Flopsy Bunny.
No.
There's Mr. Honey Bunny.
Mr. Honey Bunny. That's it. Stop. That's the one.
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Honey Bunny. Because what ends up happening is Lisa gets really pissed at him, and she cuts his head off.
Hmm.
A touch dark, but hey, you know.
In Das Bus, what country does Bart represent as the part of the model of the UN?
It's a black
The
country.
choices the choices are Iran,
You didn't.
Russia,
You didn't.
Siberia, or Libya.
I don't think it's Iran. Ick. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Libya. And there's the last one. There we go.
Okay. What is Bart's middle name?
J.
There's two J's.
Huh?
Is it Jay or is it just the letter J?
No, it's just the letter J. Because he's named. Him and Homer have the same. Now here's the thing. Him and Homer have the same last name, same middle name.
Mm-hmm.
It's J. His name is Bartholomew J. Simpson. For the longest time, Homer did not know what the J stood for in his last name. And there is an episode where he goes to find out what his last name is, and he finds a mural painted of him by his mother at this hippie compound, and it has his entire name written on the bottom of the mural. Do you know what his middle name is?
No, why don't you tell me?
Take a shot in the dark. Take a shot in the dark.
Jeremiah?
No.
Okay.
You got nothing?
No.
Because I'm gonna have to answer it to answer the quiz. Clearly.
Mm-hmm.
J.
Okay.
As in Jay. That's
Okay.
what it is. And the best part about it is like he gets really excited about it because like at that moment he's like, oh man, I have an identity. I am Homer J. Simpson. The thing you get it. It's funny. Haha. The answer is J. It's technically the letter J because Homer didn't know what his middle name was when he named Bart. So he couldn't possibly have given Bart a proper middle name. So it has to be just the letter J.
Oh. I mean, even if the quiz says that's wrong, you are correct in this matter.
Because the logic stands that there's no way he could have named him the right thing. Yeah.
In Treehouse of Horror 7, what is the name of Bart's identical twin brother?
Hugo.
I'm just making sure there's not two Hugos, there's one Hugo. What is Bart's crusty buddy number? Jesus
I don't have a
Christ.
clue. I ain't gonna pretend like I know. I don't know.
Well, for shits and giggles, I'll give you the numbers. There's 13,527, 14,496, 18,449, or 16,302.
I'll go 16,302 just 'cause this is the last thing I heard.
Okay. Which of the following does Moe not shout out as part of one of Bart's prank calls? Has anyone seen Mike Roach? Mike Roach.
Mike Crouch.
It's
Mike Crotch.
Mike Roach.
It's Mike Crotch. It's Mike Roach.
Okay, Mike Roach.
Yeah, Mike Crotch. Yeah.
Has anybody seen every?
Take your
Has
time.
anybody seen IP Freely?
No.
Has anybody
They've
seen
used
IP
IP freely. We're picking the one that he hasn't done.
Yeah.
No, they've
There's
done
I'm a
IP
super
freely.
moron and let to kiss my own
Nope,
butt.
they've used that.
I'm looking for a Dwayne Piper.
That's got to be the one. I'm a stupid moron who likes to kiss my own butt, and my butt's it's my butt smells, and I like to kiss my own butt. Like that's what it is.
So Dwayne Pipe.
Yeah, because that's not even funny. That's not a. I mean, he might have called Mo and asked for Dwayne Piper, but that's not a prank name. Like it's just not.
In Simpsons In Simple Simpson, when Homer becomes Pie Man, what is Bart's name as his sidekick?
Was it like the Alamo Kid or something like that? Is that an option?
There's Cupcake Kid.
No.
There's Pizza Boy.
No.
There's Donut Dude.
No.
And then there's Pie Boy.
Pie Boy, I guess. Now, here's the thing. Okay, these are movie stills. Story time with Count Olaf. Movie stills. The Boiler is brought to life. Movie stills. Story time. Movie production art. Story time. So I'm gonna do the story times.
The Loving Lumberjack by Al Funkoot. Do not weep for me, my sweet buttercup.
Okay.
Hold on,
Though
hold on.
I lay here dying on the frosty tundra, I know that your love for me shall never dwindle. Those Wolverines were only doing what came naturally. Now go on and seek the warm shelter of our cozy cabin hideaway. Leave me here to face the elements. Wanda, I want you to know that in our short time together, you have made me one happy lumberjack.
Okay, I don't know why that's happening, but yeah, it's only audio. Okay, it's back. Wait. It's back. All right, go ahead. Hit me with two more Simpsons questions before we move forward.
Which of the following has Bart not had a relationship with? Greta Wolfcastle,
Go.
Laura Powers, Natalie Van Houten, or Hutton. Not sure which
Hooten.
that's pronounced.
It's Hooten. It's Milhouse.
That's the love journey.
The second one. I'm almost positive it's the second one. If it's not the second one, it's the third one. I know for sure he dated Rainier Wolfcastle's daughter, and I know he dated Reverend Lovejoy's daughter, who was a right cunt. All right, next.
In Simpsons roasting on an open fire, what does Bart's tattoo say?
Oh. Oh, shoot. I didn't move the mic back. My bad. He was getting a tattoo that said mother, but Marge snatched him away before the tattoo artist could finish, so it just said moth. I know this because I have the storybook, and I've had it since I was a kid.
Well, moth is one of the options,
Yep.
so...
If it wasn't, they wrong.
There's still more if you would like to continue.
No. You mean the questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me one more.
What is the name of the comic that Bart creates?
Angry Dad. Alright, hold on.
Oh, okay.
The woeful whaler. There she blows! Still yourself, O slippery Leviathan. I have but one harpoon to throw while there is, for you, an entire ocean to splash around in. How can I pierce your blubbery hide if you refuse to cooperate? I cannot work with this stubborn creature.
Yeah, okay, I had to fix it. The audio wasn't coming in like both sides. It was only coming in like on one side. All right, give me three more.
In 3 Men in a Comic, how much do Bart, Milhouse, and Martin paid for Radioactive Man #1?
I don't have a clue.
The choices are 20, 50, 100, or $150.
I'm gonna just say 100.
How much does Bart sell his soul to Milhouse for?
It's not for money. I don't think.
Money's the only option.
Oh, is it like $1?
There's 5, 10, 20, and $50.
It's $5. Because I have quoted that a lot. I don't know if anybody caught it. And bless mom's soul, and dad's soul, and Maggie's soul. Basically, what happens in the episode is he doesn't believe in the concept of a soul, and that's where I got that. And that's where I get the idea of every time you sneeze, it's your soul trying to escape your body. So saying "God bless you" crams it back in. So Milhouse, calling his bluff, says, "Okay, why don't you sell me your soul?" So he sells Milhouse's soul for, I guess I'm saying, $5. And what ends up happening is he just stops finding joy in things. Like, he can't laugh at anything. Like, he doesn't feel anything anymore. And he starts getting really concerned. So he decides to,
There's also a point where he tries to go into a store and the store door, like automatic doors, won't open for him.
Or if I'm not mistaken, like, he sees Milhouse, like, playing with his soul in the dirt. Like, driving over it, like, with a toy tank and, like, a sandbox. And he tries to get it back, but Milhouse won't let him get it back. And then, like, he eventually, because, like, he breaks down. He goes to visit Milhouse. I think Milhouse is like, it's at Milhouse's house, but Milhouse's grandmother is staying in his bedroom or something. And so when he finally sees Milhouse, he's like, "What'd you do with my soul?" He's like, "I traded it." He was like, "For what?" He's like, "You traded my soul?" He's like, "Yeah, for Pogs. You remember Alf Bart? Well, he's back in Pog form." And so at the end of the episode, he breaks down completely and starts praying to God for his soul. And that's when the paper floats down in front of him, and Lisa went and bought it back. And so I don't forget what the exchange is after that, but he eats the paper.
Yeah, he eats the fucking paper that was rolled in dirt.
Yeah. He was having a rough day. All right, so I'm saying $5. Next question.
Okay.
It might be
What
10.
cocktail does Bart make for Fat Tony at the Legitimate Gentleman's Club?
I ain't got a clue. What are the options?
Long Island iced tea, whiskey sour, Manhattan, and Tom Collins.
Tom Collins? I feel like it's I think it's a Manhattan.
That's what you're gonna go with?
Yeah, but I won't be surprised if it's a Tom Collins.
Which of the following is not a pet that Bart has owned?
Go ahead.
There's Duncan.
Oh, they're just
There's
giving us
Stampy.
names?
Yeah, they're
No.
only giving us names.
Duncan?
Stampy,
Duncan.
Strangles, and Beaky.
It's either Strangles or It's Strangles. Wait.
Mm.
I'm gonna go with Beaky.
Okay.
Strangles was a snake. I think Duncan was a fucking monkey. Dunstan checks in. And Stampy was an elephant. Duncan also might have been a horse.
And New Kids on the Block. Who else is in Bart's band?
Band or boy group?
It says who else is in the
you said
band.
band.
So Nelson, Jimbo, and Ralph. Jimbo, Milhouse, and Ralph. Jimbo, Nelson, and Milhouse. Nelson, Milhouse, and Ralph.
Nelson, Milhouse, and Ralph. I think that's the episode where they form a boy band. And that's where I get...
And they Lila Espionage or whatever it is, like, join the Navy backwards.
Yeah, that's what it is. And that's when you get fucking... He's like, there's liminal, there's subliminal, liminal, and then finally superliminal. All right, hold on.
I said I'd never love again. I stood there strong like a tree, like an oak tree in the forest, saying I would never love again. But when I saw your face, Wanda, I yelled, "Timber!"
All right, go ahead.
What was the name of the experimental drug Bart was given when diagnosed with ADD?
It's some kind of fill.
There's Focusing.
Focusing, that's what it is.
Well, do you want to know the other answers just because? I personally like crystal math.
Yeah, it's focusing.
In the Crepes of Wrath, who does Bart learn French from being around? There's Jules and Lucas. There's Uglin and Caesar. Lewis and Asterix. And Enzo and Abel.
I'm gonna say the first one. But I 100% remember the episode. Like, I remember the episode because I remember when, like, Bart is, like, he's struggling really hard.
All he realizes he can speak
Yeah,
French.
because he starts going, sacre bleu, and then he starts, like, exclaiming in French, like, very pissed off. And then he suddenly realizes, holy shit, I can speak French. Yeah, I remember the episode, but I don't remember the fucking characters.
In Treehouse of Horror 10, what is Bart's superhero alias?
Elastiboy. No, it's Stretch Dude it's Stretch Dude. Because it's a Stretch Dude and Clobber Girl, and they are saved from the comic book guy by Lucy Lawless. And when they're like, when they were like, "Hey, Xena can't fly," they're like, "I'm not. I told you, I'm not Xena. I'm Lucy Lawless." Stretch Dude and Clobber Girl. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's Radioactive Kid, Clobber Boy, Stretch Dude, and Elastic Kid. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Stretch Dude as well.
I'm not pretty sure. I 110% know for a fact it's Stretch Dude.
Do you even tell me which ones I got wrong? Okay. So apparently Ay Caramba is not the right answer. It's Eat My Shorts.
Eat My Shorts. All right, that's fine. Which is like...
The answer
and the reason I assumed it
was...
wasn't that is because Eat My Shorts is like the equivalent of Suck My Dick. Which is why they don't say the other one, which I don't remember what the other one was. I was like, yeah, because it's just really not it's not PG. So it's not really... Okay, what's the next one? What's the other one I missed?
In the Australian phone bill one, it was only $900.
Oh, I'll be damn. I was so sure it was over $1,000.
You did get Mr. Honey Bunny.
Of course.
It was Libya.
Yeah. It was Libya, all right. That was a total guess.
They are saying that Bart's middle name is JoJo.
That's not his middle name. It might be. I'd have to look it up. I'm not gonna. But I'd have to look.
He did get his Krusty Buddy number correct.
Again, a complete guess.
You got Hugo correct.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what the hell is... Oh, yeah.
Dwayne Pipes was the one.
Yep, I got that right.
Cupcake Kid was apparently his sidekick name.
Was it? All right. That's fine. I don't even remember that episode, to be completely honest. I'm fine with that.
Natalie Van Houten is apparently the one he did.
You know what? I felt like it was one of those two, because a part of me felt like he couldn't date her because she looked like Milhouse. And, like, that was the issue.
Moth was indeed the tattoo he got. Angry Dad was the thing.
Yep.
They did pay $100 for the thing. He did sell his soul for $5.
Man. Again, luck.
He did give him Manhattan.
Again, luck. Just guessing.
Beaky was in fact the pet he did not have.
I did not change it to Beaky?
Yeah.
At the last second, yeah. Oh, I'm so good. All right.
Nelson, Milhouse, and Ralph were the ones.
Yep, the boy band. Yeah, I completely remember that episode. Yeah.
Focusing.
Yep, knew that.
Was Ugly and then Caesar. Uglian, the second one was the.
Okay, yeah, I'll pick the first one. Yeah.
His name was Stretch Dude. So you missed like
5?
Like 3, I think.
I think it's like 5.
Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah, it was like 5.
Out of how many?
Out of 20. So
I passed.
75%.
I passed. I didn't like ace it, but I completely passed. I know my. I know my Simpsons shit. Like I do. Like I am. Me and Yabril used to like play Simpsons trivia. We used to play Simpsons trivia, King of the Hill, King of the Hill trivia, and probably Futurama trivia. Like we would just ask each other like things that we noticed about the show to see if you remember anything from the show. Yeah. I would say like some of these questions were outstandingly like obscure. A fun fact, which that ain't gonna really be all that fun. I would play the behind the scenes stuff, but I don't want them to copyright it because it could be from the DVD. So I'll watch it, but understand that I did 100% this game. I did, like I 100%ed it, and I'm completely happy about that. Like I said, still story time, stills, the orphans brought to life. Story time, story time. You know what? It's only 2 of them. Let's see what happens. Oh no, this is not. No, this is a 3D rendering. Okay. We still got time. We're gonna still get a head start on the next game.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great. Like I got 15 out of 25 out of 20 right. Yeah. The episode where they find out that Bart has an evil twin upstairs. The thing is, I can't remember what happens, but I know like the parents go out, and Bart they keep hearing these weird noises at night coming from the attic, and so like one night when Marge and Homer go out, and they decide to investigate, and they see a thing in the attic, and when they come home and they're freaking out. It's weird. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think when they're explaining that they freaked out, the way they're explaining them freaking out, I think Homer asked them, "You didn't raise the dead, did you?" And then they're like, "No," and he's like, "Oh, okay, good." And then they go upstairs and they find like there's this like weird looking version of Bart upstairs, and it's like, "Oh crap!" Like, "Oh yeah, we hate to tell you that you have an evil twin." And it is what it is. Like Dr. Hibbert explains what's been going on, and it's just a matter of like, oh yeah, you had an evil twin, and yada 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 yada. And
Yeah,
so
they were conjoined.
yeah, they were conjoined twins, and when they came, they were conjoined at the side. And so when they came out,
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember the twist.
yeah, they bit like one of them. They did a flashback, and one of them bit the shit out of the other one, and Marge was like, I don't think I'll bottle feed that one. And so, yeah, so they, the twist is, like, they separate the two twins using that giant paper cutter from art class.
Uh-huh.
And, the twist is, like, they've been feeding Hugo fish heads and nonsense, like, I don't know why. But the twist is...
because, you know, he's evil, why not?
Yeah, he's just an addict twin. But the twist is that Bart's the evil twin. Like, his stitches were on the wrong side. Yeah. And they was like, wait a minute, so that means Bart's the evil twin. And like the camera pans over and he goes, oh, don't look so shocked. And so they stick Bart in the attic and feed him fish heads.
Because that's the only way.
Because that's the solution. God damn it. Because that's the solution. That's what we have to do at this point. Oh man. Well, that's it, y'all. Woo! The game's over. I had a blast the entire fucking time. Like, none of this made me angry. None of it. Like, there were parts that were difficult, but I never got so salty that I didn't want to play anymore. I had a fucking blasty blast. And hopefully who's ever watching this also had a good time right alongside me. Fifth had an okay time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
was definitely here.
This is a 100% save file. And I'm completely happy about that. Well, until next time, guys, take care of yourselves. Be safe out there and all that other good stuff. And, yeah. We like, comment, subscribe, and share. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, y'all. Peace. Mark, say something.
Something. I'm sorry.